Andrew Olness is about to sell the Jamaican people's data. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today's subject is pretty much what the thumbnail is asking. Is the Jamaican government selling the citizens' data? And what I mean by that is Jamaican government selling Jamaicans' personal details for cash? Let me first tell you why I'm on this subject. This vlog is probably the first vlog I'm ever doing to promote someone else's product. I am actually promoting a movie that I just watched yesterday titled The Great Hack. I'm recommending that all my viewers and my subscribers check this film out. It's actually a documentary film, and it's about Cambridge Analytica, it's about Brexit, it's about Donald Trump's campaign. It pretty much shows us in details how important our data is and how loosely we use it online. Pretty much what the film is showing you is that Donald Trump didn't truly win the US election by actual human votes, and same for Brexit. Brexit was not actually voted for by human vote. This documentary actually shows you that Facebook ads played a great part, and it's pretty much an information warfare that's going on. Let me declare that I first started using the internet in 1999. My first personal computer with access to the internet was 1999. And I am guilty of using the internet loosely when it was first introduced to me. I did not understand the big picture, so I loosely search for things on Yahoo search or whichever search engine was out there. I loosely visit various websites and didn't even think twice that someone out there was actually finding value in whatever is it that I'm doing online. I was first introduced to a spyware called Bonsai. For all of you old-time users, when I say old time, I mean 1990, I mean 1999, I mean it's been 20 years, time flies. Bonsai, it was like a personal computer assistant, purple colored monkey that each time you go on your personal computer, it would swing onto your screen, it would knock your screen, and it would ask you questions. It would actually repeat whatever you say to him. It would actually answer question. He was like the first version of Siri, and I played around with Bonsai for months and months, probably a whole year, until I learned that that cute little monkey was actually a spyware. At that time, I didn't understand what a spyware was, but it was after I learned what a spyware was and how dangerous the internet can be, I changed my habits in how I use the internet, or I'm more cautious in how I use the internet today. However, doesn't matter how cautious you are, the internet and the gods that be are always 5 steps ahead of us. So one way or another, they still collect our data. Whether you put a tape over your laptop's camera or your PC's camera, whether you put your mobile phones in a microwave when you want to have a private conversation, I'm sure the gods that be are still 1 step ahead of us where this is concerned. However, let's focus on my question. Is Jamaica selling our data for cash? If it's indeed true that Andrew Olness or the Jamaican Labour Party is currently selling or considering selling the data for the Jamaican citizens, then it would mean that it's our own people that's actually selling us out. It's our own nationality, our own citizens that's actually selling us out. For all you who might be wondering, why is there a Trinidadian flag on the thumbnail, is if you watch the film, the documentary that I'm telling you about, you'll definitely get more details, but I'll brief it to you. The Trinidad flag is on my thumbnail with a division mark in it, a crack in it, because after watching this documentary, I was surprised to hear that Cambridge Analytica played a part in the last general election in Trinidad and Tobago. And what they actually did, they influenced the Asian Trinidadians to vote, and they had adverts and influences so the Afro-Trinidadians didn't vote. Either way, pretty much the documentary was saying Cambridge Analytica had a big play in the Trinidadian election to get an Asian Trinidadian in office. According to the documentary, Trinidad, the Prime Minister denied that he or she had any affiliation to Cambridge Analytica. But of course, that person would not admit that. Just like how Nigel Farage would not admit that Cambridge Analytica had anything to do with Brexit, just like Donald Trump will also denounce the fact that Cambridge Analytica had anything to do with his triumphant. So people, especially Jamaicans that are in Jamaica, especially Jamaicans that are abreast with the politics in Jamaica, I'm curious, because even though I don't live in Jamaica, I'm still a Jamaican. Is the current government, JLP, selling our data or planning to sell our data? NIDS was shot down. It seemed like Jamaicans, the courts of Jamaica, especially the high court judges that ruled on legislative amendments and so on, look like they are one step ahead of Andrew Olney's NIDS. Because one of my subscribers recently wrote in a video that Andrew Olney is about to sell the Jamaican people's data to, I believe it was Russia. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was Russia. I didn't actually pay it any mind, but I did read it, you know, because ever since I was a child, I was taught to listen to everything that was said, even if it's coming out of a fool's mouth. Because the minute you stop listening, that thing that you may think was foolish may just make sense. So after watching this documentary, the comment that my subscriber had made kind of like rang a bell with me again, you know, and I thought, oh, maybe there's some truth to that. Maybe Andrew Olney and his JLP is actually trying to sell Jamaicans data. I mean, I know the value of individual data, but when you watch this film, The Great Hack, you will get a clearer perception as to how you should use the internet and how you should not use the internet. So I implore you, I implore my viewers and my subscribers to watch this documentary on Netflix. It was just released on Netflix on July 24th. I just had an opportunity to watch it yesterday. And like I say, even though I am quite aware of spyware and hacks, the movie still blew my mind. It still opened my mind. And I thought I have to come on my channel and spread the word and let my subscribers know that there's some information out there that I highly recommend that you guys take in. You know, you will see the dangers that whistleblowers actually have to deal with, but at the same time, every so often, one of us humans have to make the grand sacrifice for the sake of humanity, equal rights, and the protection of our privacy. Last thing I want to say before I sign out is, if and when it becomes a thing in Jamaica that the Jamaican government, the JLP or the PNP, is initiating a mandate or the selling of one's data, I would love the Jamaican people to come together and know that As much as we're still living in a physical world, the virtual world is taking over. And our online data, the rights to our online data, should be considered the very same way to our human rights. So bottom line, I'm pretty much saying our data rights equals to our human rights. That's pretty much all I have to say, people. So for all you guys who have Netflix, check it out and share the word, because it's a very positive message. It's a very positive exposure, and it will help us now, and in the future it will help our children and our grandchildren to know to protect their rights, because their rights is going to be a little different from our rights. We spent a lot of our years claiming human rights, and that's in a physical form, and now they have to be claiming data rights, because half of our life is now being online, whether we like it or not. So yeah, people, hope you guys enjoy this one, and welcome thumbs up, thumbs down, positive or negative comment, agreement or disagreement, because at the end of the day, people, each one teach one. So don't be afraid to comment. Until next time, people, peace.